Ladies and gentlemen, come gather in, come gather in, come gather around. Today, we're going to be talking about sketching. Yay! Any ideas that you're coming up with in any of your projects, whether you're working with metal or wood or plastics or clothing or architectural design or anything, it usually comes down to a sketch. So we want to be able to look at, can we sketch? If you can do a decent job of sketching, you probably can communicate your ideas to people who don't even speak your language.
Mr. Wellwood,
Yes?
I can't draw a straight line even if I had a ruler.
I'm going to roll with that. We're going to try and see if we can make it work. I know some of you guys have a hard time with sketching. I'll be able to tell where your sketching abilities are. But what I want you to do is try your best and give me a decent kind of sketch of 5 things that are around your house. I'm in my own shop. And I've got 5 things here that I'm going to try and sketch. Before we get too far into this, every drawing has to have a border. It's part of presentation. You've got to have a presentation in a lot of stuff you do. When you apply for that first job, you're presenting yourself. If you don't present well, you're likely not going to get an interview. So we want this to present well. For that, our drawing needs to have a border. So I have a piece of paper here. I'm going to use a felt pen border. You can use a regular pen or a pencil. It doesn't really matter a whole lot to me. I have a question, Mr. Wellwood. Yeah? How do you draw those lines so straight? Well, I've been practicing since the dawn of time. What does that mean, Mr. Wellwood? It means I'm as old as time can be. Now I'm going to put a title strip on here because everything I do is automatically covered by Canadian copyright law. Every drawing I produce, every poem I write, every story I create, everything I do is automatically covered by Canadian copyright law because I'm a Canadian citizen. If you're a Canadian citizen, you can legally put copyright 2020 for you guys watching the video in the history books. This is why I'm in my shop right now. G. Wellwood. And I'm putting my name on it so nobody can steal my drawings, the stealers. And I'm going to show we're doing sketching. Now, you are going to be drawing pencil. I don't want you to sketch in felt pen. I am going to sketch in felt pen so you can see it in the video. You are not going to sketch in felt pen. You're going to sketch in pencil. Pick a number from 1 to 5. 6. Between 1 and 5. 7. Pick a number between 1 and 5. 3. All right, 1, 2, 3. Looks like we're doing the Duracell battery. So I'm going to look at that. Which way of looking at that would give me the most information? And then I sit down and I'm going to start sketching it. And I'm going to kind of just do a rough sketch like this to get an idea of what it looks like, kind of putting things into place. And I just sketch it fairly quickly to get an idea of what's going on. Now, here's a rule I want you to have. I don't want you to use any letters or numbers. That's likely going to mean road signs and clocks are not going to qualify for this because I don't want you to have to write on it. I just want the picture to speak for itself. So I'm not going to write Duracell on this. I'm going to hope you can kind of get the idea of what it is based on the picture. Okay? That one's done. Pick a number between 1 and 4.
4.
Okay, that'll be this guy right here. So that one I'm just going to give a rough kind of line like that, and then I'm going to give it more detail, a little bit darker. And if you're not very good at sketching, that's okay. I can roll with that. But I want you to try. I want you to give me your best approach at how this would look. Pick a number between 6, and 8. 2. Perfect. We're doing this one. This is a piece off of a truck that I'm currently building. Again, just kind of roughing out what it sort of looks like. And then I'll go in and give it some more detail in a heavier line type. Now, I'm okay at sketching. I'm not very good at sketching people or horses or flowers or trees, but I can sketch stuff. You ever notice when you're drawing a picture of a face, one side of the face kind of looks sweet, and then the other side of the face looks like it got hit by a truck? There's something about our brains that we can draw one side really well, but not the other. If you can practice drawing the not so good side, you will magically get better on the other. If you ride your snowboard regular, push yourself to ride goofy, and you will improve in both ways, even with only practicing more on one. Pick a number between 1 and 2.
2.
Weren't you sitting over there?
Maybe.
Okay, so there's 2. That one. There we go. And I'm just sketching out ideas here. Roughing them out. This is a wrench I made to undo keyless chucks because I got little tiny chicken arms and I just couldn't do it. So I made this wrench to be able to undo it. Later I bought a chain wrench. Chain wrenches are one of the 7 wonders of the universe. If you have a chance to buy a chain wrench, I suggest you do it. They are fantastic. If it cannot be gripped, the chain wrench will grip it. And it doesn't usually damage the surface a whole lot. Alright, pick a number between 1 and 1. 1. Nice. I have not apparently left myself a lot of room. So I'm going to try and fit this in here. So it looks like we got a couple of handles, we got the weird kind of thing in there, then we got a jaw that goes off that way, a little bit thicker in the hitting piece, then we got a jaw that goes off that way, thicker in the hitting piece, round, that's not quite going to fit, we're going to have to move that down there. Okay, here we go. Basically, if I look at your drawing, I should have a pretty good idea what you drew. If what you drew doesn't make any sense to me, if you got to explain it, your drawings need a little bit of love. If I kind of always say, this ain't no Salvador Dali exhibit. You ever seen those paintings of a clock melting on a tree branch? That's Salvador Dali. He's a surrealist. One of my favorite artists. In fact, you could tell in his art when he met his wife because there were weird stuff in his pictures, and then from when he met his wife, from then on there's like her leg or her butt cheek or her was in most of the pictures. It was kind of cool. Salvador once said, "The only difference between a crazy man and Dali, Dali is not crazy at all." And I like that. So you want to be something cool, just say that you're cool. It'll work out. People are open to suggestion like that. I don't like this drawing. This one looks pretty gross. But that's okay. I want to see the sketches, 5 sketches of stuff that you can find in your house. Put a border on it, title strip, copyright if you want to, your name, title it, boom, and hand it in for marks. Woohoo! Yeah!